Hello everyone, and welcome back to Brazil for whatever episode number it is now in our Contracting in Brazil series, in the Recanto Da Alvorada. Yes, we are here again harvesting our fields, and we've got a busy couple of we've got a busy time ahead of us over here now, working through our own little fields. So we've got this one here, which is barley, which actually, that reminds me, we need to go through the contracts quick here in just a second, because we've had what's their names, I think it was Carla and Lucas were doing some harvesting jobs for us, and we need to cash in on those. And also there was about 8,000 litres of barley left over, which is currently over there in the lorry. And the reason that is still in there is because we're going to harvest this field, and obviously we can dump some of that off into it and then sort of just mix it all up together and then sell it all at once. Although some of it we might actually save. And the reason I'm saying that is because we are going to need to start producing our own seed. I know we've been sort of basically just working the money side of it, make sure we get enough money, buy enough seed, all that sort of stuff. But I think maybe what we need to do too is actually start producing our own, because if we're a contracting business, then being able to produce our own seed would probably not be a bad thing. And I mean, we can produce our own fertilizer at the moment as well, so that's not terrible. In fact, can we produce our own herbicide too, or is it just fertilizer? I forget. Let's check. Oh, we can do herbicide as well, but we need manure. Well, we could buy manure. We've got slurry, but we could certainly buy some manure. That wouldn't be too big of a problem. Maybe we'll have to look into that then, because we'll just need to probably get some herbicide, or I think it's just herbicide we were going to need to go into a seed producing machine that treats the seeds that the crop that we put in, that sort of thing. We'll probably just do a small scale one, in the sense of not like a massive production building, just more of a smaller scale thing that we can periodically drop some grain into and run, and then take it out and put it in into our storage facility we have. So what we might actually look at doing shortly is getting a silo, because I think we have enough money now, and or at least for the ones I was previously thinking about in the very, very early stages of this series, when I was first building the yard area. There were a couple of silos I was considering but couldn't actually afford due to their size and me wanting to get some other buildings in first. But that could actually work out quite well, because what we can do is get a silo in, and then put one of the smaller seed treatment, cleaning, producing things like just inside it, or under an awning out the side of it, something like that, and have that working. Actually I'm liking that idea quite a lot. So we shall see where we go. Now we are fast running out of sugarcane. Oh crumbs. I was not paying attention to how full the harvester was getting, and I ran over the crop. Oops, that was my bad. At least it wasn't too much. But yeah, we're just going to hop over here and offload into the old lorry. Yeah, there it is in the back there. So we'll have a quick look here while that's unloading at the silos, because if we zoom over here to our little area, as you may or may not remember, we sort of blocked off this area as potential for where the silo was going to go. And I think, if I remember correctly, I'm just going to scroll all the way along here. I want to say this was the silo we were looking at, because it's got a drive-through portion and a loading out the back portion. So if we were going to put that sort of somewhere in the middle, maybe at a catty-cornered angle like that, anyone coming in from one side could drive straight through it. Or we could just line it up straight like the rest of them, maybe. Have it like that. It's got some options, but it does have some space inside of it. That was the glorious thing. We can kind of see there's a little bit of room in there as we are looking at it. So yeah, I'm going to have a play around with that, I think. Oh yeah, and I never did show you our new washing facility either. Just down here we've got a Karcher pressure washer unit established there with a water supply, and we've got this sort of little concreted area with drainage in the centre. So that is pretty epic. So that is where we are washing everything now. But yeah, so I think what we may look at doing is getting that silo put in. I think it was the bigger one. I mean, we don't necessarily need a 6,000 litre one, I suppose, so we could just use this one. 200,000 litres. I mean, I'll have to ponder that, because it's one of those things where we're not exactly collecting... Oh, we finished, yay. We're not exactly collecting grain in the sense of storing it to sell it, but it might be handy to have a storage facility of some sort here, particularly for things like this, in case we get any other productions that we want to save a little bit. Oops, no, not yet. A little bit of the crop from to use in, like kind of like we did with the corn. I think soybean is one that sometimes, if it's late in the season, you want to hang on to it till the next season potentially. But yeah, I'll have a ponder on that. But that's essentially one of our plans, I think, for this episode, is to get that set up, because we are coming to the sort of beginning of the planting season again. Some of the crops are ready to be planted. I think there's a bunch of sugar beet planting contracts on at the minute. If we have a quick look at the old planting calendar, there it is. Yeah, we're in December, so corn is ready to be planted. Cotton is in. Corn, cotton, coffee beans. We can't really plant them. I could have sworn it was sugar beet. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute, because I would have sworn up and down that it was sugar beet. We'll just get to the end of this row and we'll check. In fact, that'll be, I'd say, yeah, we'll get to the end of this round and we'll check. And that'll be the perfect time to actually cash out those other contracts that we had done. I've got a lot more honey produced again, and I need to shuffle that over. But yeah, we're getting low on sugar cane. Oh, actually, that was another thing too. We are going to... eventually set our sugar sweet factory thing over to selling rather than producing, so that it just auto sells itself, which is not so bad. Fertilizing, harvesting, planting, corn. Oh, it was all corn contracts. I wonder why I thought it was sugar beet. Oh, very strange. But yeah, so it is now planting season again. We do actually need to get a slightly bigger planter, potentially. Maybe we'll look at one of those combo units. Let's have a quick look in the sale, see what's going on. That's not useful. Yeah, we just bought a new one of them already. Well, a different used one, but... Oh, that's the combo unit one. That's... yeah, the Stara Imperador 3.0. That's part sprayer, part spreader. Does it do... It doesn't do lime. That's a shame. If that did lime, that might be worth looking at. But... Oh, massive John Deere. Actually, what's this? A cotton harvester? That's almost tempting. Almost tempting. I missed a tiny spot there. Yeah, I say almost tempting because we're into sugarcane. I don't think we really need to branch out into something like cotton, because that's going to be a lot of money. I mean, that's 300 and something grand for a used cotton harvester, and we'd have to get a header for it by the look of it as well. I mean, it's a good deal, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think at this stage in the game we've kind of settled on sugarcane as our crop of choice, as it were, down here. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to leave it at that. I mean, if suddenly we end up with loads of money and it's still on sale, then you never know. But no, I think we have other priorities right now. This is going to be a little tiny piddly piece of this is a row of shame, is what this is. Yeah, I think I'd normally do 2 headlands and don't end up with that, but well, different size harvester too, I think, since we've been doing this. But hey ho. So yes, that is that done. We're just going to leg it down here and get that last little wispy bit that I missed at the bottom. Not that it's going to make a great deal of difference in the grand scheme of things. That should be probably about 2 litres, and I turned it off instead of turning it on and lowering it. Oh, it didn't even count as 1 litre. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Actually, yeah, we need to get the lorry over here and load it up for sale as well, by the look of things. But yeah, so what's next? I need to drive this over to the other fields, because our 2 soybean fields are ready as well, which is a bit of a surprise. So let's check on the price of soybeans. My mind, 2,000 litres and 2,000 litres, 2,000 per 1,000 and rising. Top price is actually right now. Yeah, so we've timed this exactly right with our soybeans, because it looks like soybean, where are you? Yeah, we must have planted them right at the beginning of September, because if you don't plant them soon enough, they don't come up until sort of February, March-ish time, or at least January. And looking at the way the prices are set, that takes a massive fall. And obviously that's not something you want, so that's another reason to have a silo. And if we pick up any contracts for that later on, there's some leftover soybean, we can plonk it in a silo. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is, we've got to get this baled, I suppose, and then take this harvester over to the other fields. Oh, we've got a lot to do. A lot to do. But our New Holland is sitting there ready and waiting. All our purchases that we made last time, we are currently not using for anything at the moment, which is mildly amusing. Oops, it's not quite set on the way I wanted it to, but there we go. It sort of rebalanced itself, so that's handy. Yeah, so I think what we are going to do is run this over to the other fields, and I think we can just cut straight through here. Oh yeah, we've got loads of the other, I'll show you that in just a second actually while we're heading over here. We've got the that other factory that we bought that's been puttering away in the background, the Harvest Festival one. I can't remember the name of it now. Harvest Productions, I think that's what it was. Yeah, it's literally just up here. So we'll swing this around, drop that there, swing this around, and just park it up here for a minute. Turn the engine off, run over here. Yes, this, I think it's Harvest Productions. Yeah, Harvest Productions. It's got plenty of water. It's got an absolute ton of straw. and we may have to get a trailer out here and start loading this stuff onto it. But yeah, we've still got bags of straw sitting over here. But yeah, we've got a load of this stuff. We've got the harvest tableware and the wood-fired bricks, or charcoal briquette things made out of the wood chips. Yeah, so that has been plugging away nicely. Now the thing with this stuff is, going to go back into the menus, scroll all the way down to the prices down at the bottom, and have a look at those ones. Where are they now? Ah, there we go. They are both best in May, and we're pretty much at the flat bottom price. So they're looking at let's press, yeah, we're at 2,600 for the tableware and 2,500 give or take for the briquettes, but both of those basically are almost 1,000 more in May. So we're going to wait until May and have ourselves an absolute blowout sale. Let's see, so we may even have to go as far as to get like a curtain cider trailer delivered in, something like that we could use, maybe a nice big long one, because this is, we've got, what have we got sat in there? We've got 7,000 litres of tableware crates, so that's another, these are 1,000, that's the briquettes, that's, oh yeah, they're both 1,000 litres each. So we got 7 more of the tableware and another 3 more, and it's still plugging through doing things. So, yeah, so I think come May we are going to have an absolute ton of this stuff. So that's something else we'll have to consider doing as well. In fact, let's have a quick look in the shop, because those, I think there's one down here in miscellaneous. Where is it? Yeah, there's that curtain cider for 30 grand. Farming simulator one, which should work with our lorry just fine. I will have to check on that, see what other options are available. I don't think there's anything else particular in here. Oh, well, there's that one. Oh, it comes with a central warehouse pack. Okay, that doesn't, I think that's an auto load one, but it doesn't take the products that we have. So yeah, that's not good for us. Oh, there's a Fleagle. Yep, so that one is an option as well. They're all much of a muchness price-wise. But yeah, I'll have a look and see if we can source an other trailer. And where are we? Yeah, I don't think there's anything. There's probably some others floating around somewhere. I mean, we could get one of those backs again for our other thing, but I don't really think that's going to be big enough. There are these though. That would require getting a whole other lorry, but no, I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe what we'll do is we'll how close is this to being maxed out? Okay, we don't have to worry about it quite yet. It's still got a bit of time to it. So what we might do then is just hang fire for a little bit. Once it starts getting close, then we'll look at getting something else. But yes, so what have we got left to do? We've got two soybean fields to harvest. This one and the one over there by the sugar factory. And some, what do you call it? Actually, we'll leave this here. We'll run back. We've got a bit of baling to do. So I'm going to do the baling, and we'll get the Carla. I think Carla was waiting in the forklift for one of the lads to bring the truck over. So we'll get them sent over there, get that lot sorted out. I'll bale this, and we'll come back in a little bit once some more things have happened, I guess. Yes, that is what we shall do. Okay, so I got finished with the baling while it was Lucas and Miguel that were doing the loading onto this little truck here. And as you can see, we are riding with Miguel right now via our fantastic telemetry system thing. whatever it is. Yeah, yeah. So I'm getting ready to start the harvest on the soybean fields, putting away the tractor with the oh crumbs, 2 wheels. Yeah, slightly off balance, but at least it's not as bad as before. But yes, so yeah, I'm putting away the New Holland and heading over to the other field, while Miguel here is coming up to sell 14,000 litres of delicious candy goodness. And let's see what he gets for that. Well then, 41,000 plus another 3,000 of the environmental score bonus. That's pretty good. I'm well pleased with that. Yes, it turned out, after checking the prices menu, that the Sweet Treats warehouse sales point thing was the better option. So we decided to bring them up here rather than sending him down to the co-op container. So that is good. But yes, so right now, what else have we got to do? Oh yeah, there is one other thing we need to do too. And that is, what is it? The productions. We need to switch them to selling. In fact, there's a couple of things. Well, let me get this combine harvester started, and we'll see about all that, I think. Okay, so yes, here we are harvesting our first, or the first of our soybean fields. And Carla is coming over with the big lorry for us to offload into this while Miguel is driving back to base. He may have already got there. But yeah, so the other things that we need to do, once we get to the end of this, up by the path here, I shall pop into the menus and show you what it is that we need to do. Oh yes, so here is a good place to stop momentarily. So yes, we need to cash out these 3 contracts that I keep forgetting we've done. So we've got the 3 harvesting contracts there. Now, what have we got on the list here that we could help out with? Lots and lots of cultivating. Anything big and spendy? Oh, there we go. Fertilising for just under 8 grand. We'll have that. Are there any other big fertilising ones? No. Harvesting canola, field 4. Harvesting barley, field 58. And a couple more barley and canola harvests up there. A couple of ploughing. I think we'll get that one as well, because we do have a planter, so we can plant that. Are there any other big ones? Ooh, spraying. Okay. We are going to get the 9 grand for for corn, and because we now have a sprayer, we're going to get that. Fantastic. So we heard some dings there. Oh, here comes Carla. Fantastic. And the other ding must have been Miguel getting to the yard. So what we shall likely have to do is get either him or Lucas set up to do one of those contracts that we've got. What was it? Fertilising. And I've immediately forgotten what contracts we've got. Oh yeah, sowing. It was corn, fertilising, and the herbicide spraying. Well, the spraying one we're going to do ourselves, because we can. But yes, the other ones will get those lads set up doing those, I think. See how that all works out, because we've got the fertiliser, and we've got a smallish planter that we can run on the one of the 2 tractors that we got, the Stara or the New Holland. So yeah, that should all work out just fine. In fact, I actually want to. We haven't driven the Stara really hardly at all yet, so that's one we need to get our hands on and do some work with as well. But yes, so we've got this field. This is the larger of our 2 soybean fields. And being soybean, I'm not expecting a massive haul from it. But, you know, we've got, coming up 5,000 litres off of this one headland. I reckon we're looking at a decent amount. 5,000, at least 10, probably a full combine load off of this, so at least 12,000 litres, I'd say. Yeah, a solid 10 to 12 off of this field, and the other one will probably be about 6 to 8 maybe. Yeah, so if we're looking at about 11,000 off of this, maybe 7,000 off that, something like that. So yeah, let's see how far we can get. Well, first combine load full, and we've actually got a bit more out of this field than I was expecting, which is not bad at all. So let's have a quick look at the sell price of soybeans, because we're probably going to want to huff these straight to market pretty quick, because where are they? Oh, there they are. We are looking at 20,077 is the top, and that's actually above average, so yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that and sell that off pretty quick. But speaking of selling, that does remind me, we are going to set, let's see, I think we'll set all of this to selling. That way, because the price fluctuations on these aren't that big, so if we just sell it as it comes out now, that'll be one less job for us to worry about actually doing. However, speaking of selling, where is the sugar cane processor? Sugar mill, here we go. We have 213,000 litres of bagasse, however that is pronounced, and 211,000 litres of, let's say, molasses and not mole bums. Yes, molasses, the old black sugary syrup. We are going to set that to selling. In fact, we're going to set them both to selling, and at some point we are going... Has it sold it all already? No, it hasn't. Okay, I thought it did, but probably when the next hour mark ticks over, that will go up, so we'll have to keep our eyes open on that and see exactly what happens, because we are now sitting at 302,000, which is not bad. Ironically, we're getting closer to the cost of that cotton harvester, but don't worry, I'm not going to get the cotton harvester. Had we have gone down that road before we started the sugar cane, then yeah, perhaps, but at this point, nah, we're not going to worry too much about that. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with this, and we will see where we are and what happens, how much we've got left at the end of this, and yeah, we'll come back in a little bit once we've got some more of this done, and go over onto the other field and got those contracts off and running and all that fun stuff. Alrighty, so we ended up with that field, all told, was just over 15,000 litres, which is quite tasty. That is actually a lot more than I was expecting, and Carla is just driving down there ahead of us to park right up there. I figured there's no point in putting the header onto a trailer to bring it over here, because we're just going to go straight onto the field anyway and start harvesting more delicious beans. Yes, and the money has gone down slightly because Miguel has headed off to do that fertilising contract down on field 28, but on the way he also needed to pick up a little bit more solid fertiliser. So that was, I think it was only 2 bags that we got in the end, but that was about 1,800 of our American dollars, so that was worth doing. I think it was 900 a bag, and they're 2,000 litre bags, so that worked out quite well indeed. Maybe at some point we'll look at getting a production for solid fertiliser, either that or just bulk buy a ton of it and pop it in the thing, the fertiliser thing that we've got, and Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll buy another sprayer, since we do have the liquid fertilizer manufacturing little shed thing now. It might pay us just to buy a second liquid sprayer. That way we can use that and just keep the other one for lime. That is a possibility as well. I believe one of those messages might have been Miguel just getting there. So let's have ourselves a quick look. Ah, splendid, he is there. Okay, let us set him up a job. Okay, field position, let's go there. Open the old course plate. Now the width, that's not the width on this thing. Oh, crumbs. How big is this spreader? I want to say it's like 26 odd meters. I think it's about 36 meters. We'll set it to 30 for now. We're going to want at least one headland. Okay, we'll set that up. And, oh, I didn't tell him to start the job, did I? Oh well. Let's just check the size of our spreader. Where are you, spreader? There you are. Yeah, it says 36 meters. So, in fact, yeah, we'll set that job up again quick for him. Create job. Okay. Field position there. 36 meters. Set it up to 35.5 just for a bit of overlap. Corners can be smooth and generate. Okay, and start job. Off you go. Lovely, that is a worker in progress, and I'm reversing into a sugarcane silo. Yeah, I think we've got about 260,000 litres of sugarcane there, so we could arguably put some more into the what do you call it, the sugar mill over there, get some of it going. I might do that, another round of 66,000 litres at some point, maybe before the end of December 1 and first half of December, and see what progresses with that, because at this point now we're just trying to not overdo it, just to keep the money coming in steadily, so we can do maintenance and pay for supplies and things as needed for the vehicles and the jobs that we're doing. But all in all, I think we are doing quite well now. But yes, oops, missed a bit. Can't have that. We need those 2 litres of... I'm just spraying the side of Carla's cab. I do apologise. Actually, that's something we're going to look at doing as well, is upgrading that lorry. Depending on if something pops up in the used sales. Because, yeah, well, I mean, we could technically afford just to... we've got the money to actually buy a brand new one. But what we might do is spend a little bit of money to upgrade that one. Because I think I'd looked at some modifications to it before that would help. That would cost about 30 odd grand, something like that. And that would be considerably cheaper than buying an actual new lorry. So, yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do at some point. But yeah, so let me carry on with this, get this done. We'll see what the total amount is. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a full combine out of this, but we shall see. Right, then we are just finishing up with this field now. And it looks like we've broken 8,000 litres. That's not bad. Very nice indeed, I think. And we shall add that to the 15,000 litres that we had in there as well. So that'll give us over 23,000 litres if I'm doing maths correctly. We shall have a look before we zoom off. Yes, so what has happened now? Where are we? Contracts. Yes, Miguel finished the fertilising contract, so we can cash that one out. That is done. There's a cultivating one available. We'll grab that as well. Accept a Rooney. That's a decent one. I mean, we could probably knock out a bunch of these little small ones. We may do that off camera at some point between episodes. Right now, oh yeah, we do need to see. I need to look at getting even something like that little cedar planter arrangement that's got a bit more seed capacity than the one we have. I mean, I don't even know if we could get a front tank that would work with ours, but let's check on the capacity here. Yeah, it is, oh, just a smidge under 24,000 litres. That is not bad at all. So what we're going to do now, we'll have Carla take that back to the yard, and we're going to sit on that for a little bit because the price is going up, and it's actually going up quite nicely. Oh, and speaking of money, we got, of course I wasn't recording at the time, but we got the rollover payment from the, I'm just going to drive across our field here. From the sale of the bagasse and molasses. That came in at 31,500-ish, something like that. So that was pretty good. So yeah, I want to say it's roughly once a year we'll sell that and get a little bit of money for it. So that is good. Now this is going to need refueling at some point. I think we've got a fair bit of fuel back at base now. So we can, oh crumbs, that almost fell off. Yes, okay, so what have we got to do? We've got to figure out the planter situation, I think. There's nothing new in the sales, is there? No, I don't think we're going to worry about that. But, yeah, planters. So we've got all the little diddy ones. Yeah, this is the Lemkin that contract has. I mean, that's not terrible. It's got 600 litres, but it also has a 2,000 litre front tank. Now, what I'd really like to get, I mean, we could potentially get one of these. What I'm really looking at, if I can find it here along the way, is this. The Stara Estrella 32. That is our primo main game, top of the line bit of kit that we want to get. That is a massive 14 meters. I mean, we almost don't need it because it's so big, but I kind of want to get that just because. But we're not going to get that one just yet. We are going to at least upgrade to something a bit cheaper, a bit smaller. See, this one, that's got 1,000 litres in it. The Cavernaland one. That looks like it would require a front tank as well. That's the same size as, yeah, that's like a more modern version of the one that we've got. That's the one that we've got, 5.6 meters. I mean, there's something like this. We could get one of these, perhaps. It's only 35 grand, and it does fold sideways like this for transportation purposes. So, I mean, that's a potential for a slightly bigger planter. They are actually direct drills as well. That's interesting. Then we got that. That's a bit heavy on the horsepower for what it is. That one's 8 meters, 150. See, that would be pretty much perfect. So we'll probably look at that. But is there anything else? 250. These ones. I mean, one of these would be great, because I think there's one down here. Yeah, this one is 6 meters, but it's 6 meters, and it doesn't. Well, does it fold? I don't think it folds. No, I don't think it does. Now, if this folded, that would be brilliant. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't fold up in any way, shape or form. It is just 6 meters wide. And that's not going to get down the road very well. Then we've got, I mean, arguably there's that one. That's a potential that could work. Yeah, it's only 160 horse. It's pretty much the same width as the one that we've got right now, but it's got a sea tank on it, so that kind of makes it a bit better. It is quite spendy though. I guess it's an import from Germany or somewhere over in Europe. And then there's that one, but again, horsepower wise, that's a bit big. We would only be able to run that on the Steiger that we've got. So I think, ironically, it's looking like this jobby. Yes. That at least has a 2,000 litre tank. And, I mean, there's nothing stopping us grabbing a front tank and then loading it with something like that. But, yeah, it's all... This one doesn't fold up. That's not the one I clicked on, was it? It was. Yeah. Oops. I mean, that would be an interesting one, the Jacto Uniport, but for 825 grand, yeah, that's a bit out of our price range right now. I don't think this one folds up, does it? No, that's as is one as well. Yeah, I mean, even this this little horse is a bit spendy for its size. Well, I mean, it's not spendy, but its horsepower wise is a bit much. Well, maybe we could find another Kinsey. I'll have to look into that a bit more, perhaps. There, because that's 6 meters. Yeah, anyway, we'll figure that out at a later date. Right now, I am going to head back to base, figure out what we are going to do with our what was that thing we were talking about earlier? Oh, the silo, yes. Figure out what we are going to do with the silo and get that all sorted out. And we are back. It is now December 2, the second half of December, and we are down on the money a little bit, as you can see. Yes, we've dropped down to 190 grand, and I'm up here to sell some soybeans, because their price has hit a record high this season of $2,273 per 1,000 litres. So we are going to offload it here. I think I need to change the... pressing all the wrong buttons here. Left. Yeah, are you gonna... Oh, bum, I'm on the wrong one. That's why. Yes, I was trying to sell the barley that wasn't in the thing at all. Let's see how much money we get for that. All beeping aside, looks like we got, wow, 54.5 grand plus another 4.5 grand environmental score. That's a bit tasty. I am quite happy with that. So yeah, let us chug back down to the shop, not to the shop, to, well, we're going to have a look at the shop in a minute, but yes, so back down to our little thingham, where our yard. Yes, we've had some work done there. I had the people in, and they've built us a silo building thing. I've had a bit of a tidy up around the yard. We've had some asphalt laid, or concrete, or whatever it is, tarmac, something or other. We've done a little bit of cleaning up, a little bit of rearranging, stuff like that, and the yard is looking very nice indeed. So what we ended up buying was the Agranopolis silo, I think it is, and you can sort of see it hoving into view there. I forget off the top of my head the capacity of it. It was either 300,000 or maybe 600,000 litres, something like that. It's a good sized silo, we shall say that about it. And it's also a large brick building as well. So if I can make this turn, hopefully, yep, there we go. We can have a look, and yeah, it is taking up a large portion of the yard, but it is drive-through, which is handy. So we're going to open the doors here quick now. Ta-da! Yes, you can see we got some vehicles loaded in here already. This is our silo to put in. And if you need grain out of it, it comes out of that spout in the ceiling there. We've got a couple of tractors, lorry things in here. Up here is just a little empty room, and we have moved our cameraman up here from the other place, so he can live happily up there on his little chair until he's needed for montages or whatever. And out this side of it, we've got a little rack with the front loader equipment on it. I figured that tidy that up a bit. And we've got ourselves a small seed creator, seed production unit here. So we can put some barley, wheat. I think it does just barley or wheat. Let's have a look. Yeah, barley or wheat goes in there, and seeds come out on the other side. So we can either fill it up straight away from there directly if there's any in it, or what I might do is run some through and then cart it over to our seed production, to our seed storage over there. This area obviously is closed in now, where the wash facility is, but yep, that's still viable. We can still come down here and wash things. Let's hop over that wall. Let's go in and deploy our barley. Yes. There's a little bit of a bump there. I may look at fixing that at some point, but we'll see. Now this should let me offload it here. Yes. Lovely. Okay, and the other thing we are going to look at, you remember we were talking about planters earlier? Well, since it's now December 2, something came up in the sales that is very interesting to me, and that is this early riser planter. Now, I was having a look at the configurations on it. It's 150 horsepower, which is the same requirement as the little planter we have at the moment. So what I would be doing is selling our small planter, because only the bigger tractors can use it anyway, so there's no sense in having two of them. You know, one big one and one slightly less big one that take the same power to actually run. So yeah, 150 horsepower, and it's got a 3,000 litre bulk seed capacity on it, which is brilliant. Now we can even add fertilizer tanks to it as well, but we're not going to. However, we are going to purchase that because I figure why not. It's 38% off. It's usually like 150 grand, I think. So yeah, that is definitely one that we are not going to pass up on. So we'll get that. And what we'll do later, we've offloaded the barley. Fantastic. I think we'll just leave the truck in here for now. We'll have to get this washed and upgraded at some point. I was looking at putting maybe a new engine upgrade in there and some other odds and sods to it, but yes. So we've bought that thing. This we'll probably do it off camera. We'll run this one up. I think it needs emptying as well. But we'll run that up and we'll sell that. It's not worth much, but whatever we can get back for it will be good. Was anything else changed? That's our herbicide liquid fertilizer generator. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that was all we done. We had this big facility put in, and we just shuffled stuff around and tidied the yard up a little bit, so it's a little bit less of a mess, which is nice. Oh, contracts. Yes, when I think about it, there are some contracts we need to cash in. We got these two here. Cash those in. Cultivating. See if, oh, there's a big fertilizing one. We'll have that. Are there any decent harvesting ones? Yeah, there's a field 8 for 6 grand. There's another. What was that one that we just got? That was quite big. Field 53 and 47. Yeah, we'll worry about that later on. But for now, I'm going to run up here and grab our sprayer, and we're going to go and do that herbiciding contract. Oh yes. Okay, we got the sprayer, as you can see there, and we've got a lot of produce coming out of this little factory as well. In fact, let me just check when that's ready. I think it's like May or something. Oh, wrong one. I think it's May-ish sort of time that sells properly. Luckily, it's got a fairly solid internal capacity, so yeah, May. We're in December right now, so we can not worry about that. But yes, we've got this. It's about half full of herbicides, so I'm going to cut through here as we do and get her fertilised up. Not fertilised up, get the herbicide in it and head down to field 43, which I think is a particularly chunky one. And what we've decided to do with our fields here, I could put corn in them. That is still a possibility. If I don't put corn in them, then what we're going to do is just mulch them, probably cultivate them, something like that, and then leave them till next year. Right, let me fill up. Are you going to let me fill up? Do I have to open something? Unfold, turn on, open cover. Start filling. There we go. Magnificent. Close cover. There we go. Probably got an indicator light turned on or something. But yeah, I'm going to head down to field 43, wherever that is, and we'll see you there momentarily. Alrighty, we have arrived. This is the field we are doing. It's field 47. I may have inadvertently called it 43. But it is chock full of disgusting weeds. So we are going to have to do our best to get rid of those disgusting weeds, which I don't think will be too big of a problem. Hopefully we've got enough herbicide to do it. That's the only thing. Wrong direction. There we go. Lovely job. Yep, so we are going to commit mass herbicide out here. Haha, funny joke. And yes, this should be quite a tasty contract. It is quite a big field, but since we are now producing our own herbicide, I think this is going to be a very, very good deal. This sprayer is going to pay for itself in no time at all. Likely as not, that planter will as well. But for now, I think this is where we are going to leave it. So I shall poodle around doing this. We'll get a few more contracts done off camera. Get the workers working away merrily. I think we are pretty much up to speed with our productions and everything as well. That's all good. So yeah, just be doing some field maintenance on our fields, deciding if we're going to actually plant corn or not. And then yeah, looking forward to the sugarcane harvest when that comes around. So yeah, on that note, I do hope you've enjoyed whatever this was, and if you have, or even if you haven't, do please hit the old like button there, and if you haven't subscribed, do please subscribe as well. And comments are always welcomed, and if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, I shall continue with this, and hopefully we'll see you next time here in Brazil. Or possibly back in Poland. We might be jumping back to Poland for the end of December, early January, now that I think about it. But yes, hopefully we'll see you wherever we are next time. Cheerio, everyone.